people they're actually super entertaining. If whether their head is on right or wrong or sideways or crooked or aligned or disaligned, them motherfuckers are funny. They could give me a good show. The ones that don't give me a good show are the ones that just come to smoke weed, to just...
They come here to use you?
Yeah, just to fucking use me or just to smoke weed or whatever.
Well, just don't get no guests from Orlando. You're going to end up regretting it, especially with the homeless community.
No, I don't. I let myself be used. Like, if you could come and smoke my weed, but you're going to come and talk. You're not going to come and just sit here, you know, licking your hands after wiping your ass.
But, like, I was in Orlando for 6 years.
I don't even know if that makes sense.
And I did performances for 5, and I know how the homeless are in that area, and you're very rarely going to ever find a decent homeless person in Orlando, especially in a downtown area. That's why I said if you do your podcast and you decide to go to Orlando,
I don't fuck with people like that.
Don't bring any of those bums from Orlando to do podcasts with you.
If they deserve it, I'll do it. But
most of them are more than likely going to come here, pretend to be somebody good, and then they're just going to take everything from you. Like, you'll go take a piss.
Oh, and they'll fucking steal some shit.
Yeah. And they'll be gone.
No, but I trust you.
Well, no, I know you trust me, but I'm letting you know as someone that's trustable, don't trust those people from Orlando downtown. There is a couple of decent ones, barely, but like.
So look, what is your because I wanted to try to stay on point today. What is your scientific point of view on?
Oh, my point
on afterlife. Because what I was trying to tell you earlier is that what I heard is, I don't know if this is a myth, but I think scientists did say something about this. There's a few grams. There's a few grams that are just mysteriously disappeared after a person dies. So is that the soul, spirit?
Well,
what are your thoughts on afterlife? Scientific.
I'm not
religiously.
I'm not just gonna be scientifically speaking about this, though. I mean, you're speaking on something that no matter how hard scientists try to prove, they're never going to really know exactly what happens. I mean, hell, even in religion,
no, but like from a scientific point of view, there will have to be some type of medium, some type of world that we don't see.
Well, for instance, though,
like when you die, do we become an energy entity?
Well, we do have psychics and telepaths and people like that who have come to terms with whatever ability they have, and we are able to speak with the dead. Some of us. So I mean, I like to believe that whether it's a purgatory where some spirits stay on Earth, or whether it's a heaven and hell thing. I believe that there's something. I don't think
it's a purgatory.
Well, some people call it purgatory. Some people call it nirvana. Some people call these spirits unfinished business.
Like, you know what my dad told me?
So they stay here to finish business.
We were at a second floor of a hotel in a balcony. We're just, I guess we must have been smoking or something. But we step out, and I don't know if I asked him. I'm like, oh, do you think that there's heaven or something? And he's like, let me tell you something. It's like when you go to the ground and you die, that's it. Like game over. You know what I mean? There's no...
Well, some people
it's the end.
Don't believe in it either. And yes, they have the right not to believe. But the problem is, though, is that we'll never truly know. And that's why me, even though I am a believer,
but from a scientific...
I tell people
from a scientific point of view. Okay, so you're dying. What energy is transferred? Okay, the you is being transferred onto where? You know what I mean? Like onto a place where there's other energies. If there is a heaven or something.
I was gonna say though, like me personally, and this is coming from somebody who does believe and has faith in this type of thing. I tell people the same thing though. No matter how many Bible verses we read, we'll never know for sure truly what heaven is.
That's what I'm saying.
And we'll never know what.
And I have faith in God. I pray to God sometimes, but then. If you think about it from a scientific point of view, it's kind of
I mix scientific and religious, and not just those two things, but I also do my own research to figure things out. I mean, we have it's locked up right now.
Because like the things from the Bible, there's a whole bunch of stuff that could be true, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that that's going to be hard to believe.
Modern man, though, has ruined that Bible, and then that's why, some of the Bible connects perfectly, and then you have those weird gaps that don't make sense, and they don't connect together.
Yeah, like they've been living for, or like 700 kids, or lived for 700 years.
That's not what I mean. I'm talking about how when you read the Bible, it's like a never-ending story. It's basically, okay, so imagine playing a game and then being on a story mode, and then having it
No,
glitch.
I know what you mean, that there's gaps.
And then
that
having
there's
it
gaps
glitch.
of, like, man-made shit.
And then you enter on this end, and you're like, what the fuck happened
they fucked
here?
up something that was truly religious.
Like, for instance, apparently the Vatican has those 25 missing chapters. We don't know if it's true, but the Vatican is known for hiding shit from us, so that could be a thing.
What, 25 missing chapters of the Bible?
Of the Bible, apparently. And that could explain those weird gaps. But as far as, because I know you want to stay on point.
Well, what gaps are you talking about?
I don't remember exactly.
You're talking about what seems real and then what's obviously
no, it's not
impossible.
that. What I'm talking about is because like I was saying, okay, I'll go back to that example. Like, okay, if you're doing a really long story mode, right? And then you're going back, you beat the game, and then you're only, watching the non-playable, side, and then it's all going through properly. Then you come to a point where it just gaps. And now you have the empty space where you know that this piece and this piece isn't connecting, but there's an empty gap there of something there that was supposed to be there, but it's not there. Like when the Bible, when you read everything, each number, and each, verse and and like subverse, or I guess I can call it their book or whatever they want to. I can't remember all these terms, but anyway, you got all these different things. So everything tells a story that leads to another story of another book in the Bible. But when you have something that's not connecting properly, and you know that all these other verses have a way to connect, and then you read something that is not properly connecting, whether or not it's whether it's impossible to do or not, there's a gap there, and there's something missing in that little area that is not there because the other parts of the Bible connect as a story. And that's what I'm saying. Based on it, though, Vatican is supposed to have these, but I wouldn't blame the Vatican if they did, since, there's been plenty of cardinal, people, cardinals being a lower rank in the Vatican community.
So okay, so last episode, I don't mean to cut you off.
That's fine.
But last episode, you said that angels were a lot like aliens.
Well,
we probably wouldn't understand that.
What
do you mean?
Well, like for instance, though, when we're talking about aliens, alien is more of a term.
I think it's like a space being from somewhere else.
No, it's not even about
an
it being
angel is an afterlife. It's a spiritual.
It's not even being a space
welcoming.
being. It's not even that. We label things we don't understand as aliens. Like, for instance, the nickname illegal alien, when we talk about the Mexicans and certain other Spanish relations.
Yeah, no, but we're not talking about that.
No, but I'm going to say, though, the reason why we call them that is because originally we didn't understand them.
You understand?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So they were doing things differently from what we did, so we called them aliens, and we don't understand them.
I'm talking about the alien, the space.
I know what you're
creatures.
talking about, but I said that for a reason, though. We label things we don't understand, usually by the term alien, like, you know what I mean? Like if it's not
extraterrestrial,
but if it's
How
not
is it extraterrestrial?
Now, I said that they could be related to angels because
we're not talking about a Mexican being a lot like an angel.
I never once said that, though. I was telling you why we use the term alien because there's a reason for that, though. Since we label things we don't understand as alien, basically, or alienation or whatever you want to call it, the idea of an angel coming to us in a form we don't understand.
Yeah.
So some people believe, hey, maybe they're a lot like, how a sperm would look, how it floats, kind of like that. Because some ghosts have been caught to where it's just a little line and then it has a head, it just floats around. And some spirits don't have a technical form. Some do. Like my mom caught one that had multiple forms, and she had it on her flash camera. She still has it to this day. She has it. So I'm sorry, I'm moving around too much. But like some come to you in different forms.
No, you're fine.
Now who's to say that these angels aren't just these aliens that we're confusing them with? What if we are drawing out these weird creatures? Now, what if on the other hand, what if an alien is just a futuristic version of us from some other part? You know what I mean? And they're coming to try to warn us about what could happen. And then angels are just something, in relatively, you know what I mean? Like
I
what
think
if
it'll be very hard. I think the way we look now is because of the animals.
Well, I think the way that we look now is because of gravity. You know what I mean? Like
no, but
we're pushing up against gravity.
I know, but the chimpanzees. You know how chimpanzees, we have DNA from chimpanzees.
Yeah.
And on another side of the fucking galaxy, and from another fucking angle, you're gonna see different types of animals. So there should be different types of humans.
Well, no, and I do agree with that.
Like this creature, and the smartest creature, you know what I mean? That's the alien.
But
But
the reason why I'm saying the aliens could be future versions
like,
of us,
you know what I think? You know what's really interesting to me? I think dolphins and all these other animals, they communicate. They're aliens too. but we just don't understand it because we're land.
We're
on
not.
land and we're way smarter.
It's not about us being on land and them being in water. Now, of course, I don't really know. At one point, words became a thing, and where we started talking in words. But if you notice, our mouths are like flutes. At the same time, we are speaking in more of a, like, for each word that we say, we speak it in a vibration, and not just a vibration, but a sound wave. Yeah. We're speaking like dolphins originally, or like a dog were to bark.
That's what I'm saying.
They're barking in words.
That's
in
what
their
I'm saying.
view,
Is that we're on land
waves.
and they're on water. They're smart too. They can solve.
But like a water is considered a sound wave.
Obstacles.
Well, I mean, us on land consider it sound waves, and then for them it's more of a sonar. Like certain bats can do sonar, but water animals apparently do sonar better, and that's why for like submarines we have a sonar thing that we add on them, because apparently a sonar is just water sound waves. I mean, I guess. But if aliens are futuristic us, and let's just say that if that is true, and if how we view them could be the thing where they have big heads and small bodies, and they don't look that pretty anymore. What about this?
Do you think big sperm whales have emotions?
Everyone has. I mean, everyone and everything has emotions.
Like, do you think they think? And...
Like, well, yeah. I mean, to an extent. I mean, like, for instance, birds can think, but they're not that smart, possibly, as humans.
What if they thought to a bigger extent, but there's no way for them to communicate with you and tell you?
What if? I mean, here's the thing, though.
How are they gonna come out the water and fucking write it? You know what I mean? They don't even know what writing and coming out the water is.
Well, I mean, actually, that's not true, though. They can express themselves, and I know that for a fact.
And they might be the smartest creatures. We might be dumb to them.
Well, dolphins are considerably the smartest sea creature.
No, I'm talking about sperm whales.
But whales in general, though, like I know that they can communicate because we have divers who go in that water, and those, like, for instance, I was watching something on YouTube a few weeks or about a month ago or so, and there was this humpback whale. Okay, and this diver had seen this whale before, so it decided to go interact with it again to check on it. Well, there was a shark behind him, a ways back, and the whale kept on nudging the diver with the snout, and the diver was getting a little bit weirded out, and is like, what's going on? Is this thing trying to hurt me, right? Yeah. So then it just happens to look back behind the fin of this whale, and then sees that shark, and then the diver's going, oh, this thing's trying to protect me. You know what I mean? It's communicating that, hey, I can't speak words, but I'm going to nudge you as far away as possible, since I know I'm faster than you because I'm bigger. I take bigger strides. So he's trying to nudge this human back to the boat.
You think so?
Well, no, I know so. I saw the footage, and the diver had its water camera on, or her water camera on, and this whale was literally nudging this person in the stomach slowly, but trying to push her farther back to get to the boat, because there was a shark behind him, a big shark.
Maybe he was trying to drop some sperm.
And the whale was trying to protect this diver. So I mean, I think all whales and I understood. It's just that I think whales can communicate. You know, I mean, it's just like dolphins also. Dolphins do the same things with sharks too, though. Dolphins, if you see dolphins in the water and you're stranded, you're going to survive, at least from shark attacks. Okay. Because they'll come and kill sharks. But if aliens are, in fact, a future version of us, though, and the reason why they're ugly and all this, think about it, right? They're in an area that's gravityless, so they don't have to use the muscles like we have to.
That's what the fuck I said. Now you're repeating
order to push up against gravity. But then you got to think, though.
Scientists didn't say that. I said
they're in an area, maybe, where they don't have to worry about looks anymore, so then their body just takes a form and evolves based to their, area that they're in. And now they're coming to warn us, because let's say, what if they failed that religious test and they're not able to conquer what we were supposed to? What if they're coming here to try to guide us and warn us so that we can pass that trial? That because how Revelation says it's going to repeat.
Well, where the fuck are they at then?
They're around observing us maybe, and for all we know, what if they're guiding us without us fully knowing about it? Like
invisible? Like
they
invisible or some shit?
I don't know. I mean, that could be a possibility too.
I thought about that shit the other day.
We have green screens though.
I mean, sometimes you feel like someone's around.
Green screens, though, allow us to become invisible to a certain area. And of course, I'm sure that there's more schematics to the whole green screen itself. But I know for a fact that I felt things watching me before. And because I know that I can interact with spirits. I've been doing this since I was a kid. So I know that spirits are there. But what if... Okay, you know what? Actually, I got a perfect example to tell you.
All right, go ahead.
Let me use the
bathroom.
All right, so I'll talk about it while you're in the bathroom if you want, or using whatever. You know I interact with spirits, and you already know that.
Underground kitchen urinal.
Yeah, the underground kitchen urinal.
And don't stomp, Stomper.
I'm not gonna stomp. I'm moving my legs up a little bit so I can stretch my legs. Okay, so that I was with one of my exes. living with her and her mom. So we were out walking the dog, right? And I kept feeling something watching me, and we were living next to a bunch of woods. Now, as you can imagine, right, if you don't already know, woods are a great example of where spirits like to live. And some spirits live there, and when you're living in the woods, you're more apt to feel things happening, which is, well, at least from what I noticed. Of course, aside from full moons being a thing and interacting with them, I don't know. But anyway, you have that. But aside from that, we were walking the dog, and I heard something in the woods. Like, of course, my first instinct is maybe it's a physical being, and, to look around in case, I don't know, you got some crazy people, right? Now it wasn't raining, but there was a lot of thunder and lightning. And, well, I saw a pair of eyes looking at me, but they didn't look like it was a human or something physical. So, basically what ended up happening is I kept hearing, little footsteps, but they didn't sound like they were heavy enough to be a physical being. The lightning, how heat lightning lights without rain. Well, this lightning came down, not too close to hit any of us, but it was close enough to where it lit everything up, like it was one of those big strikes of lightning. It lit everything up for a few seconds, and that's when I seen this thing crouching in what looked like to be some kind of cloak. And it looked like I had a mask on. Like I couldn't breathe the air or something, right? And it was looking at me. And of course, the first thing I do is grab my blade. Because at that point...
It was Michael Jackson.
But seriously though, I see this. And of course...
What are you doing, Damien?
And of course, I'm instinctively, ready to fight because I got somebody I have to protect. She doesn't know how to fight, I do. So I grabbed the blade and I'm flipped. I'm fucking, my whole body went numb and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And this thing's growling at me, sitting there crouched, what looks like to be a robe and possibly a mask. And it had something in his arm, but it didn't look like a gun. But I mean, if it was a gun, it could have been something more futuristic. I don't know. I know. I did that because you were outside and I was stretching my legs. But yeah, it was sitting there. He was crouching. He was growling at me, bro.
You sound scared.
I was I was trying to communicate, right? And it was like sitting there growling at me. It was really fucking strange, right? And what's weird is that I looked away and to go check because I told her to get the dog back inside, just in case.
Shut up.
You know what I mean? So when I tried to communicate, it just kept growling at me. And then I remember looking away to check on him, and then it was gone. So I mean, I didn't hear it run away or anything.
Shut up, you motherfucker!
But
shut it.
Jesus Christ.
Shush. Shush.
I don't know who that is. So.
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about, and I do because I'm the devil and I know everything. Shut up
for the show.
Okay, now you can continue.
Jesus Christ.
Continue. Continue.
Loud audio there.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Go ahead.
Yeah, totally.
Continue.
Totally, no. But as soon as I do, you're just gonna play something else.
I smell caca and a lie. You're a liar. Yes, you're false. That's a lie. And I have the evidence on the fires. You're a liar. And that's caca.
I don't know. Wait, he was gonna say something.
You're a liar. Shh.
You have a whole list.
Shush.
I know. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
So,
No, go ahead. No, I'm not.
So we could. Well, since
What were you saying? You were in the woods, and then you had what? A gun?
No, I'm saying whatever it was had something that looked like a possible gun or something like that, or something that, because it didn't look, like it could have been human per se, whatever it was. I mean, at first I kind of thought it could have been, but when you think about it, right, some spirits can have physical forms. But since we do have a green screen, and we know that the green screen does work to turn things invisible, and it has happened. I mean, and people do it all the time in certain sets.
Green screen?
Yes, green
what
screen.
What the fuck that got anything to do with aliens?
Green screen can turn people and things invisible. It's been proven on I mean, hell,
invisible? Well, that's on video, though.
Even on those joke shows, like CSN and whatever, It's like SNL or I mean, I'm sorry, not CNN, but SNL is what I meant. And they do their little joke shows, right? And then they have these little cut green screen pieces, and they'll slap them on each other. You hear a boom, and then slap, and then you see the hole form. You know what I mean, through this person's body. So you know what I mean. So the green screen has the effect to make things transparent, at least, or invisible to an extent. Yeah. So I mean, we have that technology, so we can at least go for and say that if aliens can, they probably already have done it. With the crashing, I mean, maybe we found something, and then we
that's something like that.
What if that crashing had technology like that in the ship, and we took it, and that's where the green screen could have came from? You blow
my mind, brother.
But I'm just saying, though, this is the first time I've actually physically seen something spiritual pop up like that. And
I have to check. What time is it? You alright? Are you alright, brother? I got it. I got the time.
I got to check on my phone. I could just,
Okay.
Because, it's not like, an audio is going to pop up as soon as I talk.
Alright, but I'm not going to say nothing.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to turn the brightness down so I can't see.
I'm not. What do you mean? What's wrong with you, man? Relax.
All this comedy.
I got notes. Look, I got notes.
Yeah.
Notes.
He's got his man diary.
No, I got some notes for you, okay? You said aliens were probably angels. Okay. If you lived on Mars alone, choose 5 things you will take. It can be anything. I'll tell you what you want me to go first?
Well, the only issue with Mars, though, is that based on the scientific that we've proven about it, it's too hot to live on anyway. I mean, we would incinerate.
So 5 things. Yeah. So it's 5 things. Let's say Trump is choosing to put you on there forcefully, and you can only take 5 things to help your survival.
I mean,
or to have fun. Your last minute of that.
I would probably find a way to make a fucking flameproof suit somehow.
And then what?
Oh no, somebody's gonna get mad. Oh no, you're getting mad because you keep hearing me? Oh, well, fuck you. Who gives a shit? Suck my cool. I don't care. Do you? I can see that. Nah, stop your whining. Now you continue.
Told you. But
Continue. Shush.
It's gonna be hard to do questionnaires.
Okay. That's it.
We're always doing this.
Now go ahead. So you're taking 5 things.
Well, I mean, if you know what's gonna happen, and you might as well
5 things.
Find a material that you can use to survive on it. Though,
okay.
I mean, if you're supposed to burn, and we do have, well, we do
5 things.
We do have material that can be fireproof to an extent. So I mean, at least we can do is try to build something. Your phone's going off.
Okay, so I would take. Oh no, that's nothing.
Okay.
So I would take one of those domes where you can breathe. I'll have like a big old thing of that suplex and the megaplex duplex. And then in the megaplex.
It's
What?
Oh no, I'm just saying.
That's my first item.
If we do this, though, we're forced to go to Mars. The first thing we should be doing
I will
is
have
to
a dome.
research.
I have a dome with oxygen, just like in the movie Martian or something like that. I would have all the technology so I can reach and talk to anyone I want on Earth. Number 3. We need a spaceship.
I mean, obviously, we need to be able to transport them. But then again, you know what? I just thought of something, though. If you got a spaceship and he's trying to force you to go to Mars, can't you just take those items and just fly to another planet? If you got a spaceship?
No, we're not going to survive. And I don't even think we'll be able to make it back to Earth. Fuck a spaceship, no.
No, I didn't say Earth. I was talking about a whole nother planet to survive.
No, the oxygen dome, communications, for any communication device. Things or people? Things. It has to be things.
No, I can't say you couldn't bring a friend,
cannabis,
but it just wouldn't be very useful.
The cannabis. A lot of food. And will have to be a gym.
Well, I mean, if you're in an area that's
a gym.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess on Mars, but I'm just saying, if you're going to bring like a spaceship, for instance, and he's forcing you to go to Mars, Why can't you just use that spaceship to fly like to the moon, for instance, or something like that?
Because you're not gonna make it.
If
If you don't catch it at the right rotation of everything you have to plan. You have to know already.
Or, for instance, if he's, because he's not gonna have the fucking balls to come out.
You gotta know how the universe rotates.
He's gonna have to send people out to help guide you to Mars anyway. So all you gotta do is just fucking take control of the situation, and you get rid of somebody, and the other one you just take hostage. You're like, motherfucker, send me to the fucking moon right now. You know what I mean? If you take control of the situation.
No, but if you're forced, let's say if you're forced,
exactly.
What would you? 5 things.
Shit. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna want to pack extra fuel.
Well, you're gonna try to fly on a rocket. Okay, so you got a rocket. You got fuel. What else do you want?
I mean,
5 things.
I don't know. That's the problem.
Can be people or things.
I never really.
I mean, it can be people.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, taking somebody extra would only be worse.
A thing. I think like the oxygen dome. It could be a thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though.
You can get one too.
Dome.
Oxygen dome. Yeah, you can get one too.
I mean, yeah, but
you don't need one.
Because I mean,
you can't use a building or a house. Yeah.
No, in reality, though, I mean, at least having the dome. I mean,
Yeah, let's say it's functional.
I just sleep on the floor anyway. I wouldn't even need a bed or anything. I'll just sleep on the floor because I got the dome.
Oh, yo.
And
I would die.
And then I could.
I would die unless the food that I already chose has seeds in it and I grow crops.
What you do?
I'm dead.
Well, see.
You have to grow crops.
I'd want
on Mars.
Well,
you need a fucking a garden.
Well, not just that though, but I'd want.
And then how you gonna grow shit inside of a dome?
I'd want a cloning device. A cloning device.
Now I got communications, oxygen dome with no light.
I don't need light.
How you gonna grow the crops?
You don't grow crops. You get a fucking cloning device and you clone your food to eat more.
You cloning device? That shit don't exist.
It's been proven. No, we have successfully
green screen your food.
We have successfully cloned the sheep, and we have cloned people apparently by splitting the DNA. Though.
Motherfucker.
Doesn't matter though. Food can
food doesn't have legs.
Food still
still
is an object though. So if you take a cloning machine and you put the food in there, there's still a possibility they can clone. I mean, it's a lot better.
Seed. It's the only way is by seed.
But it's still a lot better though to attempt to clone your food than to expect a garden that may never grow because of too harsh conditions for no light. With the dome should come with light anyways. But even if it didn't,
it didn't. And that's
plastic.
Still, you never seen the movie?
No, I know, but I'm saying though,
plastic. That's all it is.
Is that you still have oxygen? And honestly, if we're picking 5 things, the suit should not be one of them because the suit should automatically come with the person.
The suit? You talking about the suit?
I'm not talking about that oxygen suit.
Oh no, I keep getting interrupted. I have a boo-boo. This is putting a boo-boo in my cuckoo. I don't know how to handle this. Every time I get interrupted, I'm a crier. I like to cry. Continue. Shush.
I mean, you could put that on top of the other phone. You
know. No, I gotta use the bathroom.
And then we could.
I gotta use the bathroom. I'll put.
He's probably gonna click more stuff while he's out there.
No, I'm not. Well, I'm gonna use the bathroom, buddy. God dang. No, so what 5 things?
I don't know. A gun.
A gun?
Yep.
What the fuck are you gonna do with a gun in Mars?
I can fucking build a better gun with the gun that I already have by switching the ammunition, the ammo that comes with the gun and getting rid of that. And then all I'd have to do is build a gun that's more energy based, and I could literally.
But what are you gonna shoot? And you went to the moon. You're on the moon doing this?
Energy beams.
Or on Mars?
Well, I'm gonna work on a way to get to the moon. There's no reason.
Gentlemen, you gonna do what?
I told you he was gonna do it.
You again? You're gonna do what? Oh no! I'm in the middle of a conversation and he interrupted the show for some funnier stuff. Whiny me! Shut the the survival of the fittest, not the quittest. Now you can continue. Continue.
Jesus Christ. Oh, I was saying that we at least got 30 good minutes out of this. Or 25, technically.
It was amazing. It was amazing. You alright, man?
I don't know.
What's wrong with you? Why does that hurt your feelings? You're just like the old man.
No,
It's just like the old man. He got mad.
It's
He's like, who the fuck is that looking for me? He
well,
got scared.
He's freaking out because he's fucking high and drunk or whatever, and he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
No, he's not high. He doesn't smoke.
Or drunk, I mean, but still, he's so fucking drunk that he's speaking like he's done something.
No, he doesn't drink.
But what I'm saying though, whatever he does,
He doesn't do anything.
He's worried about somebody coming after him, so he must have did something wrong.
I'm just kidding. He does. He drinks.
I'm just saying, like,
and I did hit it. He smoked.
He's done something though to piss somebody off, and he's scared.
Oh no, the guy. Anyways.
It just doesn't make any sense though.
He was homeless too in New York in the train station.
If he's
a nice guy. He'll give you money right now.
Well, the whole thing.
He would have given you like $20 if you were nice.
That's confusing though. Is like, and I understand that you want to add more. No, and I'm saying, you know, I'm not mad about it. It just doesn't make any sense.
Oh, come on, boo boo baba.
When like we're doing a show and then like
boo boo baba
trying to answer a question.
Oh Lord.
You know what I mean?
Whiny, whiny, whine. I cannot talk about the 5 items that I'm taking to Mars. Whiny, whine, whine. You'll be alright. You'll survive. Come on, man.
My loop's
You're in the business of funny, not dummy. No, we're in the business. Come on.
My fucking loop's stuck on this thing. Hold on.
What is wrong with your loopy loop?
Yeah, on my fucking shorts, bro. Not even kidding. What the fuck did this even happen?
That's you, man. Getting uncomfortable over there. Keep moving around.
I never met a chair that gets stuck here. It's alright, I'll get it done in here in a moment. It's gonna be moving around. There we go. Hold up. Nope, I didn't move it the wrong way.
What are you trying to do, man?
I'm trying to get this little... There we go, I got it. Just got it. Okay, there we go. Fuck. Gotta be careful when I move around. Whoop.
This shit's not off.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Damn, buddy. You stretched your loop. Oh, your belt loop.
I don't use them fucking things anyway. I have a rag tied on this one, so I keep it together. I don't have a belt right now. I don't know where it's at. I never had a loop catch on a chair like that.
Okay.
It's weird. But, you know.
Wake up. Come on now, cadet. It's a double time.
I am awake.
Double time. You're wasting my time. Ding.
I am awake.
Okay. All right. So.
Back to his band diary.
No, because I have stuff for you. For 5 things you look. If you were on a raft, stuck at sea, with 3 things, what will you have?
Fishing net. What else? Shit. Well, I mean, you could take a radio, but then the water might ruin it. I ain't really that worried about communication anyway. If I can at least keep myself alive, then I could probably, like, I don't know, like, I'd probably have something. I don't know what they call it, but there's a thing that can catch debris coming through. And then, it's
not just a net, like
it's
underwater net.
It's like a custom net that catches...
That's nice. That's very nice.
That catches like random trash and stuff that might be coming through because like you can take a can that's floating, cut it, and then you could rinse it out with the water, and then put food in it, eat it.
Say that. Repeat that again.
Like there's a can floating
like
now.
This.
I mean that could be used. I mean you got to make sure that
You'll be like, properly. What are the odds? OF. OF. Mike was drinking that. Mike Superhero, the beer can master.
But I'm just saying though, like you take a beer can or any can and you cut it. You can use the can to make other things, but then you keep the piece of can to put like water and to put food in it, and then you could drink and eat out of it.
Salt water?
Okay? So if you're in salt water,
you gonna drink salt water?
No, I mean,
I said stuck at sea. I didn't say stuck in the bayou.
Okay. So if we're at sea, okay, of course the fishing net, but I'd also need something to cook with. And I probably should have said that to begin with.
something to cook.
Now, of course, a cooking piece
yeah, that's important, right?
would be, I mean, quite literally, all I would need is a pot, which is connected to this thing that's basically an upside down U, comes down, and then you have that area that builds the fire. Now, most of the time, you'd be on a wooden raft, so you're gonna want to build something out of rocks and something out of brick.
Yeah.
For the bottom. But then you put the fire up at the top, and then like you take seawater, right? You take these cans, and of course it's going to take a little bit. So of course, if you so happen to get yourself a bottle, you wash it out correctly, and then you take that bottle and you fill it up.
I'm at sea with you right now. We're on a raft.
And you fill up the water, and you can pour it in this bucket or in this pot, and it boils it.
So that's you got the stove, you got the raft, and you got the net.
Well, so what you do? Well, the raft ought to be a part of these items. So I mean, the raft could be item.
Should I had the same thing, brother?
Well, the raft ought to be item number 4, though.
Okay, if I was stuck at sea, and I could come back, I could get communication.
Communication is very rare, to be honest.
GPS, antenna, satellite.
But I mean, like,
save my ass!
I'd probably.
And if it doesn't work, I'll use the satellite to scoop up some fish.
I'll probably take.
I got some, Damien! Fuck it! Fuck TV!
I mean, honestly, I'd probably take the machete with me, but here's the thing, though.
And by satellite, I mean communication. Not satellite as in satellite dish.
With,
Fuck HBO. I don't need no HBO. And...
The thing is, though, is it like, if you get the
I
right...
don't want to watch Titanic.
If you get the right items, to come with you... There we go. It almost happened. It almost happened again. I felt it tug, so I fucking did it. Well, no, I mean, like, you're out there and you're stuck on this raft and you got your stuff doing... If you boil that salt water and you have a strainer in there, you can, the salt will stay in the strain, and then you're boiling it, and then you pull the salt out, and then you can use the salt to cure your food. And you're about to play.
I'm just checking the time. I can't check the time?
You want to use that phone to check the time, then? Yeah? Yeah.
In a minute, you're gonna do what? If I interrupt you again, you're gonna do what? Interruption. You have been interrupted. This is the news media, reported by Interrupted Media. Here's your news for today. Interruption, interruption, and interruption.
Gotta put the volume
now
down.
You can continue with your interrupted day. Bye-bye.
Okay.
So,
Shush!
Go.
Yep.
Come on.
So 20 minutes of the hour.
Come on, man.
But you can use the salt to cure your meat. Like if you get fish, or I mean, of course, out in the sea it's going to be fish. But if you take the fish, and you can cook it and then put salt on it, like chunks of salt, and it'll keep your food good for longer, so it doesn't go to waste as fast. And the same thing goes for chicken and beef and other forms of meat. Like back in the day, that's what they did. And you could also hang up your fish to dry.
If you could be any beast, mythical beast, which one would you choose to be?
Phoenix.
No, but it has to be something that we've seen on Earth, like the Loch Ness. That's fake. Loch Ness, the Bigfoot, the Chupacabra.
Well, Phoenix.
I'll probably be the Chupacabra.
Well, the Phoenixes are supposed to be real to an extent, anyways. Like, I mean, apparently.
A bird with fire?
Could be possible. You never know.
No.
I mean, we have dragon. We have dragon descents.
A dragon, yeah.
And then unicorns could probably be real too, since we have
unicorn,
horses.
yeah, you could be a unicorn.
You know. But I
would be the Chupacabra, man.
Chupacabra is supposed to be a rabid vampiric hyena, basically.
Yeah, he's the walking.
It's basically a blood-sucking hyena. And apparently they're supposed to be rabid and a little bit smaller than the average hyena, right?
No,
smaller.
You're crazy.
Well, some
they're like my size. They have big like bee eyes.
Well, some chupacabras are supposed to be smaller than hyenas. And some, are
Come on, man, you gotta give me staffs.
I don't have staff, you asshole.
Staff. I didn't say staff. I said staffs.
Whatever that is. I don't got it.
Damn, bro, look at your calf. Next compared to mine.
What?
Jeez. We're gonna have to take a picture of that for the grams later.
I've been out here for a long time, so I guess my
But
body.
how? But why? What? How is that gonna? No, it's your genes, dude. It's because you're a big guy. How's your dad? Your dad's big.
Nope. Well, I mean, actually, I don't know my dad, so I don't know. I
You
know.
never seen him?
I know my mom's big.
You never met him? Seen
Nope.
him? A picture?
I know my stepdad, not my real dad, but my mom's big.
Okay, well you keep skipping over that.
She's just not tall,
So who
though.
died? Your stepdad?
Yeah, I never knew my real dad. I saw pictures of him, and he's taller than my mom, but my mom's...
So your real dad never died?
I don't know. I don't know nothing about him. I mean,
I thought you said your real dad died.
my stepdad died. I mean, maybe he is dead. I don't know nothing about my real dad. He could be
Maybe
dead right...
who's dead? Your dad or your stepdad?
My dad could be dead right now, and I
Oh.
wouldn't know about it. And I know my stepdad died, and he was the one in my
so you
life,
never
not
met
him.
him? Why did you never meet him?
I
Has he left
mean,
your
well,
house?
I had the chance, like one time, to mail him to possibly set it up. But the thing with people though is that like I heard the stories about what happened up to now, and it's
Oh shit! What the fuck happened at the time?
and
Anyways.
well, the thing is though is that like I'd rather believe that he had an issue that made him not want to keep contact than have to go through all that trouble and meet him, and then then regret it, It's so at least this way.
What do you mean? Like he was looking purposely looking for problems?
No, it was more my mom's kind of fault than his.
Yeah, that's what my dad did.
Like
kinda.
my dad, I mean, well, mom and dad was technically married anyways, and then he allowed him her
Let
and
me
his.
let me use the bathroom.
Well, basically, my mom basically wasn't looking for nobody, and he saved her from whatever abuse she was currently going through. And then he never told her.
At what age? How old were you when that happened?
I mean, I wasn't born at the time apparently. Well, what happened? Well, basically, what happened is that he never told her he was married, fell in love with my mom, and then never told her. And then of course, the wife got pissed as she should have been, and then got in the middle of it. So basically, my mom wrote him a nasty letter while she was locked up to force him to go back to his wife. Basically, she thought that if she hurt his feelings hard enough, that he would just go back to the wife and not bother with her anymore, since she was there first, kind of a thing. But apparently that never happened. But due to life situations, he ended up not getting contact again. But I mean, he also never sent child support or anything.
He was on child support?
No, or I don't know. But from what I understand, he never sent anything, anyways, and he's supposed to. Apparently, he was supposed to until I was 19 and never did. But it's fine. I mean, it's cool. I have to imagine, from what I understand, he wasn't as good in health as he was. So I mean, like I said, he could be dead and I won't even know. But I'd rather not know and then just pretend like that he could have been a good person instead of regretting wasting my time. It's just kind of like my sister.
Yeah, he was a good person.
We worked really hard to get a hold of my
I don't
sister.
think he was a bad person.
And she turned out to be a really bad person.
He wasn't like a drunk or anything that beat your mom or anything, right?
No, but he still did not tell her about the whole him being married thing, and then he just basically deserted his wife for some other chick that, shouldn't have been in his life to begin with. And it doesn't really matter, though. I mean,
sorry for walking out on you in the
it's
middle
cool.
of your,
I don't care.
I had to really use the bathroom.
It's that
I couldn't
beer.
even smoke until I fucking...
Beer and tea are known to go through your system quickly. I mean, I don't know nothing about beer, but I do know enough about tea, so it could be the same kind of thing. But no, I mean, that was bad enough what he did. Yes, he wanted to do a good deed. Like, for instance, if I'm married to somebody and some chick needs help, I mean, I'm gonna help her, but I'm not gonna go as far as to date her, and have sex with her and shit. Like he shouldn't have done that. I mean, he shouldn't have, though. If he's got a wife, then he should have at least told her what was going on and at least expressed that he had feelings for somebody else. Or better yet, just dump his wife and then go out with my mom instead. He shouldn't have done that. And I mean,
can I be honest? Can I say something?
He was natural about it.
If you like took care of your hygiene more, I'm gonna just say it. If you would pull a lot of bitches because you're such a handsome guy.
I've been offered
You're such a look at
many
your eyes.
times.
Look at your eyes and face. You know what I mean?
I ain't looking for.
You're like a fucking Jesus. You could draw panties just by not even saying a word.
Yeah, but I'm not looking for girls though. I got one that I want to stay with, and I'm good.
I know, but I'm saying like, all you have to do is just take care of yourself.
I do take care of myself plenty.
Just to like maybe.
I do take care of myself plenty, and I'm not looking for women, so I'm not worried about it. I know it doesn't matter how good I look, or no matter how many women come to me.
If she cared, she wouldn't have you in the situation that you're in.
She does care about me, and she does. And,
who are you talking about? The one with the RV?
The one who never got the RV.
Is that one? Is the same one?
Yeah, she wanted to get the RV, but things never played out.
You keep sending her money or no?
Yeah, I'm planning to. She's her mom was using her car and she let somebody else use it, and then they basically stole it. And then
no, that's a lie.
And then got in. I don't give a fuck what you have to say. All right, at that point.
No, because you don't even believe it.
If you don't know,
you don't believe it.
If you don't know what's going on, then you can't sit here and talk about her.
But you told me the other day. I don't know if she's lying or not about the baby.
I personally don't know what she could or could not be lying about. But if we're gonna be in a relationship,
if you don't know for sure if she has a baby or not,
no. I know she has a baby. I've seen the pictures of the baby. I know. I was talking about what she does, like with him stealing money from her. I don't know if that's true or not because I wasn't there. But I told you that I'm still gonna send her money. I know the baby's real.
But why would she ask you for money when
she didn't? She didn't ask me for money. I offered to send the money. I told her she doesn't want me to send her money because she knows I'm in a bad situation. I'm the one that offered, like what she told, like what she fucking told me. Her fucking car was impounded because of her mom's bullshit. Because just like my friend allowed some other dude in Orlando to use his fucking bike, I had to go get it back for him. Well, some dumb fucking dude used the car that she's letting her mom use. Because she had to move out of Oregon.
Oh, some guy she was messing around with.
So no. It's basically she used to live in Oregon with her family. Her family ended up not being reliable enough, and her mom is in an apartment with one of her kids. The other one she had to kick out. The other one was the ex that's the father of that kid that stole the money.
Look, and I don't mean to discredit anything, but there's just like a few red flags that I've always put. Do you remember where you're at in the story? At the few, she was talking about the kids.
I'm not the best with words because of my head injury, so I'm probably gonna misplace things.
Which is that?
But what I'm saying though,
but because I remember you told me that you were waiting on. She was about to get an RV that was $250,000.
She was. I know that, and I haven't forgotten about that. Originally,
that's she like over $200,000.
Was just she was ready to get out of the Air Force. She was working
for a lot of people. That's
she was well, I know that, but she was working in the Air Force currently and about to get out, and she was guaranteed the money. What she ended up not being able to use towards that, she ended up having to do a bunch of other things to secure her survival. So the RV was a plan because she wanted to live out of the RV.
Was in the Army?
No, Air Force, not Army, Air Force.
So how the fuck is she not getting? Why you have to send her money if she was in the Army?
Again, I don't have to send her shit. I'm choosing to help her because she's got a kid, and I've already volunteered to help take care of that kid.
No, I'm saying because she got $250,000. So
she was. Well, I don't remember the whole thing that happened on her end. She was supposed to be getting that check plus a bunch of other money that she was owed from the government, whatever it was. The whole point was that she was going to have the money to do this. But when you have a kid and then then you end up losing your place, and then you have to re-get it, and then she finally got it. That didn't work out. Her family took her in, and now her family ended up losing that same place that they were supposed to keep. Her mom's now living in an apartment with two of her kids. One of them she had to kick out, which was the father of the kid. This same person is the adopted mom,
She had to kick out her son?
One of her sons, though. The one gone.
She's an older lady?
Yeah, and here's the thing, though.
She's not your age?
No, someone's calling.
Ugh. What do you feel when you do that? Relief? But then, how you can't put your shit... Like, you can't do that and then go back to the same position, can you? It's gonna fuck up.
Most of the time it does.
Huh?
Well, it does partially. The shoulder blade doesn't go back.
You said you cracked so hard one time, you were like, in like permanent pain or something?
You're not supposed to do it.
You were like shaking or something?
Sometimes it won't properly pop. And then I could and it could temporarily mess up my vision to where I can't see something for a few seconds. But I mean, it's just as bad if I don't do it anyways. So I really don't win either way. But usually it won't get as tight if I just pop it, and then it'll leave me alone like for a little bit. Usually. But the more I do it,
If
the
you
worse
could
it
freeze
gets.
yourself,
Hmm?
if you could freeze yourself to then be unfrozen in the future successfully, would you do it?
Well, I mean, honestly,
And then
though,
when you woke up with $1 million in your bank account.
I mean, the only way I would do it is if I could bring my girl with me. To be honest,
And you would do it, and you would freeze yourself.
if her and the girl would come.
You'll be scared.
No, it's not about being scared. It's just having $1 million and not having a family to share it with will be very boring.
Oh.
So I mean, if her and the girl would come, then yeah, I would consider it.
So if you had money, it wouldn't make you happy?
Nope. There ain't nothing, not enough money in this world that can make me happy.
That's a damn lie.
That's the
Because
truth.
you could do anything with it.
Yeah, but what's the point of having it if you ain't got nobody to share it with?
And you'll be in fucking Egypt on a camel right now.
It'd be lonely as hell.
No, because you could find someone. You wouldn't be stuck in one part of the city.
I could find anybody. I could find anybody that I want, sure, but what's the point if all they give a shit about is not me, but the money that I have or the items that I have? In the second that because money eventually goes away after a while. Now, if you have a bunch of money, it could last longer.
It'll disappear if the money disappears.
Yeah, I mean, they'll just run away. I mean, I got somebody now that knows my situation. It could have anybody that they want, but they choose to deal with me. And instead, I mean, so then, and you don't find those people very often. They're harder to find. So, I mean, again, I didn't ask for this situation, but in a sense, I'm actually kind of glad that it happened because I've, not only have I become smarter and stronger from it, but I got a family out of it, ironically enough. And if it wasn't for this situation, I probably would have never met somebody like her, you know what I mean? I'd be another, fucking jit, fucking running around thinking they cool when they're not and being all fucking lazy and shit.
Do you think, it's a miracle that you didn't get into drugs?
I think it was. I mean, most of my friends are and used to be drug addicts or drunks or needles,
You never liked them?
pillheads.
You never tried it?
No. I've been around it long
Have
enough
you
that
been
I
on
could
medication before?
Yeah.
Like to where you might have felt a buzz?
No, I mean, like, prescription pills, though. I mean, like, not including my leg injury where they tried to put me on medicine that I ended up not taking anymore because it wasn't working. And, with that, I was taking Percocets, and those weren't working. I have too high of a pain tolerance anyways. It wasn't doing anything, so I just stopped taking them. And then my mom knew a friend, so I just said, fuck it, you know what I mean? If I can
What
get...
do you mean your mom knew a friend?
My
She
mom
was living with you at this time?
We were living with a guy who was renting a little area of the room
What year
to
was
us.
this?
I was still in high school when this happened, and then I had just gotten out. Anyways, though, we had left that place, and then
You don't remember the year?
and then we ended up coming back after my leg injury happened temporarily, and this is when me and her had our differences and shit, and then we ended up not being able to stay in that place.
So how old were you when you left? Like 16, you said?
Well, I've been on and off homeless since I was a kid. I mean, at that particular moment, I was probably in my teens. Because I graduated in 2011.
How was it at first?
Well, I mean, I graduated at 2011.
Are you having a hard time now?
Well, it's not as easy, but it was even harder when I first had my leg injury. But now that I understand...
You had a leg injury?
You don't remember what happened to my leg?
Oh, but that...
When I got ran over?
I thought you could walk... You got ran over? Oh,
Yeah.
Somebody hit you, right?
Somebody hit me, and then the same car ran me over. Because I got sucked into the car because the car wouldn't stop.
Oh, shit, you told me that
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, it's not as hard. Once your body gets more used to dealing with your injuries, even if dealing with them...
What did your mom take care of you around that time?
Originally, my dad did, and then she did what she could on her end. But I had her eventually sell those Percocets because she knew a guy who was a pillhead. She didn't associate with him very often as far as his habit went. But I told my mom, these aren't even helping me anyways, and we need food anyway. So I said, hey, sell these to this guy, and then we'll just, I won't get them refilled except for this one time, because I already had the prescription and we were already set the date. So like, we'll refill it, we'll get food money with it, and then this is the last time.
Is there a really hard time that you remember specifically?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I mean, there's been... I really can't pick any specifically. I mean, each moment had its problems. But there were times, like, before I met Like before I met the girl that I'm with now, there were a lot of moments, especially alone, where I wasn't yet used to dealing with my pains or my injuries and not yet able to cope like I am now.
Yeah.
And there were times when I do nothing but travel here. I can at least stay in one spot and relax, and I have to eventually move.
Oh, before you had to move, you were always...
There was dealing with society.
You have to?
Well, society, you know, and you can only spend, you know, as a homeless person, and in most areas, only for so long.
You just didn't feel comfortable, like, in one spot.
It's not even that. It's just bad society or the police or the people didn't want you around, so it would just be better to leave instead of, you know, because what they'll do is they'll start cutting off all the stores that you can go to and make it to where you can't live there anyways. And then you can make more money on the road, so it's better that way, and that's what I did. And I got used to walking. So, I mean, but, you know, like I was going to say, though, there were times where like, the stress would just, and it doesn't happen as much anymore, but back before I could cope with all of this like I do now, there were times when the stress would build up so much that, like, I would just break down. Like I remember moments at night when, like, I was walking, whether it was with a cart or without a cart, where, I just explode and start, I mean, not like angry, like yelling, but I just have a breakdown, more or less. In itself is it's kind of like a sadness explosion. You get technical with it, but
would it be? Where would this
I don't remember. You know, I've walked around so much, I can't keep track of everything. It's just that you'd be at night, the roads would be empty, and I'd be walking, and then and there were times when the breakdown would be so bad that I'd end up laying on the street, and I'd curl up into a ball, and I'd just start crying. Because there were times when I just lost hope, and I needed a moment to cry about it. Because at the time, I wasn't able to cope with it like I am now. And then when everybody just treats you a certain way, no matter how much you're able to handle it, it still has its layers, and layers get real thick after years of dealing with it. I mean, nowadays, I don't care. It doesn't hurt like it used to. But
just those times are, like, in your mind, yeah.
Well, I'm older, and I'm able to handle things better now. And then, like, for the longest time, whether I was temporarily in a home or not, like whether my mom was with me or somebody else took me in, and then whether they used me or not later was a whole different situation. But for those moments, homeless or not, everybody always told me, you know, pray to God for something. You know, it's like, well, there's nothing I really want. You know, but, you know, I've always, you know, told people, if you're going to pray for me, don't pray for me. Pray that I can help other people, because that's what I've always wanted to do, and I want to continue keeping that dream. Because even if trying to change this world is futile, I believe that I was put here for a reason. That's what I want to do, so I'm going to do it the best that I can. Even though I can't do much now, but I mean, honestly, the only really thing I've ever really prayed for, I guess, as far as other than wanting to help other people and get the tools that I need to help other people, it was really that I've always wanted my own family. I never really had the chance to really do that.
You just gotta find someone.
Well, I have them.
Crazy
that's the whole.
Like you, like I'm crazy.
Well, that's the whole thing, though. I finally did, and here well, it's been roughly a year, I think, now or whatever. And despite the situation that we're both in, I at least have a family now, and you know, even if it's not face to face right now, it's
instant, so I could.
It's still close enough, though. You know, and I know. Oh yeah, you know what? For instance, I had a friend. Well, I don't really know everybody by name. It's hard to tell, and there are times where I can't remember faces because I'm so busy and everything's. I got so much stuff in my mind that I can't always keep track of things properly. But one night I was charging because I either charge at Bravo or I charge by the AT&T store. So I was charging over there because I left at Bravo early to go charge because my things were so low.
Yeah.
That if I would have waited for the 9:30 to 10 o'clock to go charge, my stuff would have died. So I went over there early because I can go there during the day and charge if I want. Nobody seems to care. Anyway, I was there one night, and there was a lady who helps. You know, who does her tithes in church because she wants. And she expects those tithes to be used properly, and she believes that
tithes. What is that?
Or it's modern day. It's when you put money in a hat, basically, and they put that bucket around. You put money in it, and they're supposed to use that money to help people, but you know, most of the time they don't. It's whatever. It's fine. I mean, and I told her you can't expect them to help others. I mean, yes, they're supposed to be godly. They're supposed to be in a church. They're supposed to. It doesn't mean that they have to. I mean, hell, most of the time these people would rather feed the stray cats, and it's nice. Yes, I love helping animals too, but they are strays and they will eventually adapt. I mean, it's in their mind. It's just like in the bird's mind. Their GPSs, they're meant to fly to a better area.
So they help the cats more. They help
the
you.
Cats are supposed to. I mean, me personally, I can help myself, but not everybody can, and not everybody understands how to. So why not help them out with something instead of, you know? I mean, we're animals, but that's not why I brought that up though. I was telling you because me and her went back and forth for like 10 minutes or so. And she's like, well, you know, I'm glad that you got somebody, but what if God has somebody for you? And it's like, well, what if that person is her? And she goes, well, okay, even if, what if a lady comes up to you and she says, in exchange for me giving you a home, giving you all, you know, money and stuff, you have to dump her and date her. And I'm like, I wouldn't do it, period. I won't. And, you know, and I told her that there's not enough money that you can offer me for me to go back on a promise that I made to somebody. It's just like that one time when that dude drove by and wanted to be the camera guy. I told him, no, I already got a camera guy.
Oh,
whether or not
you remember that shit?
Whether or not we get along or not, though, I made a promise that I was gonna allow you to be that camera guy.
He never came back around?
I don't even remember what the fuck he even looks like, bro. I mean, he came around twice and then he stopped.
He's on video.
And then he comes on, and it doesn't matter. That's not even the point, though. The whole point is that I made a promise, whether it was you as a camera guy.
Yeah, you remember that.
Or
he was trying to, like, interrupt.
Well, yeah, but you know, it's just like my girl. I mean, I get it. She wasn't able to get the RV, and we weren't able to live as happy as we wanted to, and things did not go as well as we wanted it. I mean, and sure, yes. I mean, in one hand, if it was anybody else, they would have been like, you know, you're lying to me and I'm just going to cut my losses and leave. And I mean, there have been times where I get so frustrated that part of me wants to believe that, I mean, you know, that she could be cheating or that she could be lying. But I mean, at the same time, though, there's also not anybody who's going to stick their neck out like that. I mean, or very rarely stick their neck out for a homeless person, and despite their situation. And like, I know through her actions that I've seen up to now that I know that she is genuine, and I really don't believe that she's cheating, even though I say it out of anger, but I believe that she's not, and I believe that if she wanted to leave, she would have already done it. She hasn't. And, you know, whether or not her boyfriend is stealing money from her, and whether or not she just wants a few extra bucks to supply her needs or wants, and then also help the kid. I mean, as long as the kid's getting the help, I mean, fine. I mean, if me sending a little bit of money is a little tiny lie on her part, and that helps her get a little happier, then I'm okay with that. If that turns out to be the case, I'm still going to be okay with it, because, you know, I still have a family, and she has her own issues. I'm not going to expect her to be perfect. She doesn't expect me to be perfect.
Where's she at? Where's she live at?
She was in Oregon. I don't remember where she's at currently. She's right now she's living with a friend. But the thing is, though, is that when
what?
Well, if I have to hear any one of these voices again, I'm gonna keep whining and complaining. Mike, I know that's you. Well, I'm a whiner. You're hurting me by interrupting me. Continue.
This is really annoying.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm not. I'm good.
Go ahead.
Shush! Shut it! Shut it! Shut your stinking lips!
Hey, you know that I made that when I was waiting in the car for you this morning? That's how you know I'm a wizard.
Cool.
You're fine, man. Stop whining.
I'm not whining.
I had a friend that used to talk to me like that. Yeah. So you can...
I mean, what's the point? I mean, I'm going to go back to a conversation, we're going to talk, and then that shit's going to pop on again.
That's it. That's the last one.
But you said that 3 times now.
No, that's the last one. I made 6. That's the last one. No, but I did have something to show you. But you said you didn't want to hear no alien abduction testimony.
That's that I don't want to hear it. It's just that
hurts your head.
It's just the fucking speaker hurts my ears anyway, and then being in here,
It amplifies it.
Being around the alcohol and the different smells that are in this room, it does give me a headache. And then I deal with the fucking car nausea because I'm so used to walking. And that's just layers up in my head, and then I end up with fucking lingering migraines.
What? The incense?
No, it's not even the incense so much. I mean, the incense,
No, I don't smell that.
I light incense from time to time, and those still mess with me a little bit.
I mean, I put it up here. That's
the whole thing though. Is that like I don't say nothing because this is
you want me to turn it off?
Basically it says it's your show, so like
no, I could turn it off.
You have your own thing that you do. So
no, I could turn. I don't never do that.
It's just that when you it's not the incense so much. That's the problem. It's that you're a drinker, you're a smoker, and no matter how many times I deal with smokers and drinkers like my dad, my stepdad, I dealt with him for years.
But the smoking bothering you,
and it does though. I just don't talk about it because this is your show, and I want to respect your environment. If you like something,
I can't. My nose is clogged, so I can't.
Then
smell
you
what
should.
You I'm sorry.
Well, no, yeah, and I'm also more sensitive to it because I don't do it. That's the whole thing. Like I want to respect your environment. This is your place. This is not mine.
No, you're fine. You're good.
So
I turned it off.
I don't ever talk about how the alcohol or how the weed affects me and and all that. I just deal with it because
come on, move it along.
So I just deal with it. It's fine though. I mean, it's not that bad. I'm just letting you know that the radio.
Have you ever fished before?
I know how to use a pole, but I'm better with a net.
You know how to use a pole?
I know how to, but I don't ever catch shit.
You know how to use a net? Throw it?
I'm better with using a net, though. I always catch fish with a net almost.
You know how to throw it?
It depends on the net. The bigger it is. Well, the bigger, like usually, like I know when I did it, I used to.
One from Walmart.
I used to wrap the rope around my hand, and then you're supposed to grab the part of the net, and then you're supposed to grab the outer end and then throw it. But you want to have that Velcro on your hand though. Just in case, because some people will let go of the rope and then lose the net.
Oh, no, you have to have the rope tied around.
I mean, I'm more used to it, but the problem is, though, when you throw it...
There's people that don't hold it?
When you throw it, you're supposed to let go of the rope a little bit. It's like I'm in Daytona.
No, you let go of the whole rope.
But you're not supposed to let go of all of the rope,
to my wrist.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, though. I can't do it to my wrist, though. I have it around I have it on my palm of my hand, usually. I have it Velcroed around my hand. And then I throw it, and that also gives you a little bit more rope. But the problem is, though, is the people let go of the rope.
I can throw it anywhere. Anything you point at.
The problem is, though, is that when you're using the rope, they forget to put the Velcro on. Then they throw it.
Yeah. And
then they lose it. But
what's the coolest thing that you ever caught on a lake?
I'm not good.
I'm good at catching turtles.
I'm not good at the fish names per se.
Catch turtles right now. We go in the back catch a turtle right now.
But there's a Daytona. But in Daytona,
Turtle man.
On that,
I can catch any turtle.
On that bridge, they have these really big fish that everybody fishes for, and they're like big ass fish, and they're real heavy.
In the lake.
And Daytona, down by the beach.
So do you like fossil hunting? Are you into fossil hunting?
And I've caught one of those big fish with the net.
Because I'm into fossil hunting.
I mean, I'm into it, but I've never done it. I mean, but the idea is intriguing enough. The problem is that when you go fossil hunting, there's a chance that you might actually find remains of a human and not just an animal. No, I'm serious though. Some people do dump bodies out there in the woods and shit. And you go out try to fossil it, and then they're like, "Oh, what the?" Like it's like how a jogger.
I thought I found a human bone one time, but it was a dog backbone.
Well, usually with the animal,
and we called the cops. So we panicked.
Well, the animal that has the closest body structure to a human is a pig. So like the jaw. Like I was helping Hungry Howie's clean out, with the trash, and I found a jawbone, so I flipped, and I told the boss, and I told him, hey, you got fucking human bones and shit over here by this dumpster, and I fucking showed him the fucking jaw, and he's like, oh no, there's an Asian place that the fucking butchers pigs, so it's a pig, that's a pig jaw.
It's a pig jaw.
But it looks like a small human's jaw. And that's why, like, if you want to fake your own death and you get a couple of pigs together, you strap them up and you can throw them down. Well, I want to get some friends together. I mean, I already have some friends.
The fuck was that? You clicked your...
It's a line up here that goes to this. It's that vein in the elbow.
And what? And you just click it?
Just to.
Whoa! Why you do that? That's just...
The arms feel better when I do it. And I know that you're not supposed to do it, but for me, my body locks up anyways.
Have you ever, just get to, a depressed point where you don't like to move?
It's not that I don't want to move, it's that my body won't let me move.
Why?
Because I'm covered in injuries and it hurts.
See, just
Just because I can move around during the day and I'm good at it doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt. A lot of people confuse that. Like, oh, you know, you're big, you're young, you're automatically supposed to be able to do everything.
So
Sorry.
yeah, you're gonna be able to do like when we go to Epcot. It's just the chair.
What?
It's gonna be amazing. People are gonna see it.
I'm gonna do it and see how my body feels after the ride. If it's
Okay,
good,
I'll just give you a hint. It's like I told you, it's like being
It's
on
a really
glider.
fast train.
No,
right?
no, this is a glider.
Which
Which one do you want to go to?
Well, you told me that we were going to go on the one that was the train, the really fast train, apparently. Or do you want to do the glider one? I mean, I don't know.
No, this one. There's a That was we're talking about the one with the castle. That one's with the Space Mountain.
Oh.
And the Splash Mountain,
which
is the log.
When we talked,
but the log is under reconstruction.
But when we talked about it this morning,
we're going to Epcot. They have the space station, which is like a simulator, like you're on a rocket going to the moon. We have to do that. I'm gonna record it.
We should.
Yeah, it's a fucking like, and then you'll see the control. The control is gonna be right in front of you.
Mm.
Hey, we're gonna do that. We were watching.
So they're gonna strap you in the astronaut.
My wife was sitting here yesterday, and we were watching it on the laptop right here. My last year's
so what
episode.
Does she work on the day that we're going, or is she off? Or so are we three going?
She's off, so it's just you and me.
Oh, so she got to stay and watch the kids.
She's staying and waiting for my daughter to get off.
Oh, I was gonna say, we kind of, you know, we could do, because I don't know how you feel about it, but what is it? It's a Thursday, so why don't all four of us go? We can get reactions of the family and me.
No.
You
It's you and me. We smoking weed. I'm smoking weed.
Oh yeah, I guess we can.
Listen, but what can happen is that we can go one day, and if it's a successful Disney episode, we can go the very next morning again to another one.
That's fine, but I can only go so long without a proper amount of sleep. But I'll do what I can.
But if not, then we could take a day break or 2 day break.
I should be able to do it, but like I said,
I try because I it's part 1 and then part 2. So I edit, like when I go the first day, I edit that, and then and that's one episode, and then I come the second day, and then that's part 2 of that same part.
When we do the rides, though, as we originally agreed upon,
I do all different rides and I record.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'll do one ride first, and then since I got a head injury and my leg injury, I have to be careful.
So we can gradually.
There are some things I can't.
Go on smooth things.
Well, there are some things I can't do anymore because of especially my head injury. My leg injury is a little bit different. I can handle this better with my leg, but my head, as I told you before, I lost a lobe out the back of my brain, and part of my skull did get crushed, and the skull's fine. It's redone, but my lobe on the back of my brain that affects the speech on people that apparently got knocked out when I hit the ground. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
And that's why I have trouble keeping eye contact, and that's why I have trouble speaking. I speak faster than I already. I mean, I was born fast speaker, like fast talker. The head injury made me talk faster, and that's why certain words I mess up on, and that's why certain vocabulary I don't know how to say anymore or say properly.
Oh, it's okay. Certain
words I can't spell right. It takes longer to process some things.
Yeah, I got time.
I should have been vegetabilized through the injury, did not. But. And that's why I'm saying like I can't swing up anymore without getting like a vertigo effect from the injury.
What's a vertigo effect?
I don't know what the fuck vertigo even means, but apparently based on what people have told me that I have it because of my head injury. It's okay. So like when I go up,
I can Google it.
When I go up, I start getting extremely dizzy and a tiny bit nauseous. Like I mean I don't puke or nothing, but I do get that nauseous feeling. Sometimes. So I mean I don't really get it, but I never had nausea or a vertigo in the past. So this has got to be a slight vertigo from the head injury. So once I figure out how my body reacts to this to our first ride.
Vertigo effect definition. Okay, here we go.
But and like I said, after the first ride, if I am good enough, I'll go ahead and, or at least. We could take a small break before between each ride, just in case, if you want.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna react. Like
anyways,
I mean, like as a kid,
but,
as a kid, I did the slingshot, so it's fine. I mean, maybe that one won't look.
Okay, the space station might be something similar to that.
Yeah, but that was before I had my head injury, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, but I told you before the space
But
station.
not that intense because I
But the
wouldn't
space
do,
station
I
though, and the
wouldn't do the
slingshot.
slingshot.
But the
that.
slingshot and the space station are the same thing basically. The only difference is that originally
It's on the ground. You don't go up.
well, but the space station
But
though
it gives you the
is
sensation
a gravity of a pull of you going into the atmosphere.
Yeah, but you just relax. You just relax, and then you could get to control it. It's fun.
Well, the problem with usually though is you're supposed to be strapped in, and I don't know if they're
Yeah, we are strapped in.
like
It looks like you're in a real space shuttle.
like the
we're
same
going to
way the
space.
astronauts
I'm recording
go.
all of that. Yeah, you have a screen like you're in fucking Mars.
And then
Listen,
it's crazy.
So
man.
yeah, that's one of them. And well, I should surprise you, but the hang glider it's not you're not really going up in the sky, but it is something that goes
They're
up.
basically it's another simulator ride, right?
Yeah, you just go up a little bit, just a few feet. You just go up a few feet up, and it's an intense ride, partner. You're gonna be like, ah, you scared of heights? I'm scared of heights.
I'm not scared of heights. It's just again, ever since my head injury, I have some trouble. And then my leg injury affects my balance a little bit.
Yeah, but you're not high up.
But I still have a
It's
really
just
good
the
balance.
effect. It's like you're gonna.
It's just like on certain games when a character jumps, I have to close my eyes or look another direction because
You can hold on to your chair.
it fucks with me a little bit because of my head injury.
You hold on to.
I'm covered in
chair.
injuries.
No, the chair's down here.
I got a bunch of injuries.
So it's not one that comes down or anything.
So I got one here. I got here.
That's what I think we're gonna do that one first. And there's this thing called Planet Earth. So it's like that's you'll get surprised on that. You just see all the things and how things were made, I don't know.
I used to do parkour. used to.
Parkour.
I need to start training again so I can get
Anyways,
my body
man,
back
it's
up.
end of the episode, right? I don't want to take up too much of your time.
It's early. I don't want to take too much of your time.
Okay, we can finish parkour. Let's talk about
It's
parkour.
like one something right now. I got nothing else to do.
So let's talk about parkour, brother. You got what? Look, here's water right here.
It's fine. I still got tea. Good.
Water. Is that your last bottle?
I never could do flips anyways, but I still could. I mean, like I could do the roll a little bit.
Okay, let's talk about your max. Your max of roller coaster.
Well, I'm also not.
What is your max
I
that you
don't
won't
know.
do?
I haven't done a roller coaster
like a roll
since
around?
I was a kid, though. So I don't know what I can handle. That's the whole thing. I mean, as long as I can. I mean, I won't know.
What if you like get off the ride? I could do anything.
Because I mean,
Like, you're cranked.
with my head injury,
You're
though,
gonna get cranked.
I
Adrenaline rushing.
never know what's going to happen. So I have to figure it out. Like I said, we do one ride, and then I'll have to figure it out from there. I won't know.
So if we were to go to the animal park of Disney, which is Animal Kingdom, you would go on this Jurassic.
I thought it was called Safari Kingdom, right?
No, it's Animal.
Hmm.
There you go with your rest of it.
That must be another park then, or something, like a Busch Garden or something like that. Anyway, yeah.
They did it again.
I think Busch Gardens has themselves as a safari area, like an actual Safari Kingdom like name.
Yeah, they have a whole bro. It's
Well,
like
that's
you
what I was
stepped
saying.
into fucking. It's like you stepped into Africa. You really
Well,
did.
it's just that, like when I was a kid, I did Busch Garden stuff. I never went to Disney. So this was my first time ever going to Disney.
Wow, you're about to. Okay, so we're going Epcot. Oh damn. So which one do you want to go to? Because I'm trying to see.
Well, the thing is, this morning
that was fine. Epcot.
You talked about
That's the
going on
smallest
that
one.
train. About going on that train that goes fast. That's the first thing we agreed upon was and you said it was that name, but we were gonna get on a train that goes really fast, like a train.
Yeah, that's that.
thing.
But that on that park, there's a ride that's closed down.
Oh,
so
so
the main ride.
the train one is the one under construction,
No, the one next to it, which is the main one.
which is the log, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Splash Mountain.
And then you but you've also talked to me about doing the space station one, and then you have the hang glider, and apparently
Yeah, that
there's
one is
another
like
one.
you're in stars. It's like you literally stepped into a vortex and just been birthed.
I mean, like I said, I'll do one ride
It's
for
just
now,
been birthed,
and then
son.
we'll see what happens, and then depending on that, I'll do what I can to do other stuff at least, because I don't want the show to be too boring. But
What the Disney one?
Yeah, I mean, but like
Are you
I said,
insane? It's gonna be. I'm recording your.
no, and I know that you will. But the reason why I say that is because let's say that it doesn't go as planned, and my head injury is not able to handle more than one ride per a certain type of break or something. You know what I mean?
We could do a ride. Take like what's the longest break? Like
I don't
30-minute
know.
break.
I mean, it all depends how long it takes for my fucking head to calm down. Like once that happens, I should be fine. I'm just letting you know in advance what to expect for certain things.
Of course.
Because, you know what I mean, I have my own problems, and I may not be a drunk, you know, at least, but I still have my problems, and I got to keep that in check so that I don't, you know what I mean, because there is a small possibility I could pass out if we don't watch that.
Okay, no, you'll be fine.
You know, bad heart and everything else doesn't help. But I mean, I've had a bad heart for a long time, and it's never affected me before.
No, but this is not gonna kill you.
I never said it was. I'm just letting you know that
There's the
last time I didn't
the
check.
smoother one and there's the harder one.
Oh, no, trust me, I love adrenaline rushes. I mean, I am.
We're gonna go on the intense one.
I am into that kind of thing. It's just that I have to watch myself now, and it's just like I'm also not in the best of shape. I need to start working out.
I don't know if we should go on the intense one now that I think about it.
Hey, don't worry too much about me. I'm just letting
like
you
you're
know.
going to space. You know the feeling like you're going to space?
We should be careful on that ride because we wouldn't want to space out, right?
No, but you know, it's not like you're going to be there continuously. Well, it is kind of like that.
So, are we going to have our own space?
Motherfuckers, Disney, fuck you for that.
Are we going to have our own space? On the space ride?
No, you'll be right there.
On the space ride? You know our own space?
I know, I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's there. It's not if it's there. It's there's a airway.
He's basically saying that his head's too big.
Airstrip, I mean.
Yeah.
Landing
It's kind of like Pennywise's forehead. It just can't go over.
No. So
That's why he wears a hat.
you would be right there, and then there's I thought everything was normal. I'm recording and shit. Nobody knows you're recording. And all of a sudden, and the whole computer's in front of you. You're like a real astronaut. You can't move. You can't just be like, oh, I give up, quit.
No, I know.
Oh, you know what happened to me
first
time? The first time I was, the ride was over. Everybody's thing lifted, but mine's was stuck.
Round 2 for Mike.
Yeah, and yo, thank you for saying that because that's exactly what happened. Round 2, I was like, okay,
So
I was like,
a free ride out of it.
no,
basically?
I was like bare for round 2. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't go for round 2, but I was like bare for an emergency round 2. So I was like, all right, just relax. If it does happen, you're ready, Captain. But this is how intense it is, fucker.
I know how the slingshot was, so I can kind of understand how it's going to be for that. And I understand it's a gravity pull. So basically, on the astronaut, and you're getting pulled
It's
down.
a gravity pull, but you're pulling for a long time.
Well, here's the difference, though.
It's like the slingshot times 10.
And you know what I'm saying, though, is that this gravity pull is different mainly because of not how intense it's going to be for the difference, but it's pulling down. The slingshot pulls up.
And the slingshot is 2 towers.
The sling
that have these cords that have this little small chair that slings you.
But the problem is though is that your gravity is pulling you
and
up.
Then you come down.
The astronauts get pulled down as they're going up. So there's a difference.
That's exactly what's happening to you.
I know, and that's the whole thing though. And that's what I'm saying. I can understand.
But I think
that
we should go on the
pull.
glider. We're gonna go on the glider first, which is a smooth.
But what I'm saying though is that if we are planning to get the most out of the rides, we might as well just do the stupid astronaut one and get it over with, so we can get the best footage. Because if we do a small one first, and then
your clothes, we're gonna have to put it in that same place. All the stuff.
What?
It'll be fine in that place. Nobody's gonna mess with it.
That we know of, even though somebody stole a pot from me while I was sleeping.
But they're not gonna steal it.
I'm gonna.
You sure you didn't lose it?
There's no way I could have lost it. I double knotted it, and then I spun it around the back of the cart, and then double knotted it again, just in case. I mean, I'm weird like that. I do those things.
What if it's still in there?
There's no way it's not. I mean, there's no way because the pot, I have it on the set.
I'm like Sherlock Holmes.
Once I fucking have a certain set for it, though, I keep it there usually. So I don't see that. I mean, honestly, it could have dropped, but it's still very low chance
wasting electricity.
that it could have happened. You know what I mean? Like I would have seen it. But the only issue with that being is that the people come at like 2:30 to clean everything up, so they probably threw it away. But I don't know. Like it's really hard to know because people don't usually steal stuff around.
So
here.
this is pretty much the last episode until Disney. Yeah, because we're taking a break tomorrow, right?
I mean,
or you want to do one tomorrow too?
If you want. But it's just that I got to get my clothes done tomorrow. I'm gonna
All right,
shave.
so I gotta edit these episodes and upload them and
I'm planning on shaving
have them
and
on
showering
safety net to be released.
and doing laundry.
Huh?
I gotta shower, do laundry, and then shave for Disney. I mean, I was gonna do it anyway.
Or we could take a break tomorrow. You want to take a break?
Either way, it's fine. But I may not even be doing anything today.
Tomorrow.
I might go to my spot today and make money because I need laundry, but
Yeah.
or I might just relax and not even do anything.
Yeah, go get some change, and then we could probably do another episode tomorrow. I'll see if I can edit.
Unless I could bring my clothes here and do them.
My washer's broken. My dryer's broken.
Shit. Can I use your tub?
We can. What do you,
I'm only kidding.
Do you need something to wash your clothes in?
No, I have a bucket. I could do it there if I really wanted to.
Yeah, you do.
The
That's how you do it.
only issue is
You just gotta wash it a lot of times.
I just have to save up for dryer money. Actually, I just remembered I could just put it in the dryer, then use my bucket, fill it up, and do laundry.
You just put it on top.
There's
of the,
no
on top
way
of the
to
bushes.
dryer. No, I can't do that. They call the cops. I can't do that.
At night.
But at night though, the bugs come out too. Anyways.
No, you'll be fine.
The bugs will crawl on my shit. I would rather wash it and
it'll be dry in the morning.
And then I'd rather spend money. Yeah, but even then though, the fucking sprinklers come on anyway, so they're gonna get re-wet.
For real?
Yeah, the sprinklers. I just remember they come on in the morning anyway. Like I told you this morning, the reason why the area doesn't stink so bad is because the sprinklers come on.
And how old are you? 28?
I'll be 28 March.
You're 27.
27 right now. Yeah, I mean honestly, I'll just go make a few bucks and then I'll go dry.
How old am I? Yeah, I'm 20. I'm 20. I'm 28. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean. So I'll just wash my clothes out of the bucket if I have to, because I don't have to do everything. I'm only planning on washing a few things for the
I almost forgot I'm 28.
for the ride, because I'm planning on wearing my black clothes.
So how old are you? Say you 27.
27. I'll be 28 in March.
You were born 1990.
I'm 2.
1992.
Mm-hmm.
So how will you be 28? You mean 27?
I'll be 28 March 4th.
So there's no way I'm 28. I'm not 29, am I? I forgot, man.
Could be. You go based on your birth year and you count the years.
I know, motherfucker, 1990. Shit, I forgot. I admit it.
So then you're supposed to be older than me then. At least by a year.
Yeah, by a year. December 6th, 1990.
And of course it's 2010, so.
2010?
Or
This
2020.
2010, boy.
Forgot.
The fuck? NSYNC ain't playing no music right now. Lil Jon.
They're unsync.
Yeah.
They're unsync.
Little Jon in the east side. With the phone with the B.I. With the down with the O.P. And the down with the homies. Down with the...
It's just funny how how fast fucking time flows, and then how slow.
Oh, sing me a song real quick.
The present day.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom.
No. Yeah.
Vomit on the sweater already.
Oh,
Mom
geez.
spaghetti, he's nervous. But on the sweater, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. With a sweater on, forgetting what he wrote down. But the sweater won't come out. He's choking this now. But the sweater's choking now.
He's choking on mom's spaghetti.
Mom's spaghetti, but he's nervous. But on the surface, calm, ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd, oh so wild. Choking out, time's up, over, plow. Back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity. Whoa, there goes madity. I mean,
Ah, man. Nice, man.
alright, so name your top 10 5 rappers right now. Against my top 5.
In
In a battle, son!
I don't know about
Word!
battle.
Yeah.
But, I think, well, I mean, modern, I think it'd be Eminem. My older rappers are probably like Tupac, Biggie,
Damn.
the Punisher. I liked
Damn!
I liked ODB, but I really didn't think of him
Damn,
as
that's a killer squad.
I don't really like.
Yo.
I don't think ODB is in my top 5. But,
you just picked 4 monstrous ones.
But
You
I
like
mean,
the
like,
Punisher?
yeah, and well, Big Pun,
He's sick.
Big Punisher.
You heard the street shit, right?
And then you got the Busta Rhymes, you got ODB, and then of course you have the Death Row Records with Little Kim and Trina and all the other
I cannot
ones.
believe you just mentioned the god Big Puns.
I mean, but I think oh yeah, and then you got the old Snoop Dogg, the old 50 Cent,
Oh, I used to listen to Big
old
Pun.
Ludacris. And some of them modern day didn't hold their own as good as they used to, like as far as music, but they did come out pretty okay. Like I mean, the old rap might have been more vulgar than modern rap, but at least they were living a life. Like it's different from, hey, I'm living a rough life, I see a woman I like, and I'm gonna try to get some pussy because I'm lonely. Modern day people can already be taken, and they'll be like, I'm gonna take that pussy because I feel like that I'm obligated to it. You know what I mean? And modern rap doesn't really. Most rappers in modern world, they don't have a real struggle in their life. A lot of them just tell you what they want to be, even though they never lived it.
Yeah.
And and that's why I say most modern rappers are dead. It's very annoying. And I get real sick of hearing people do that, because it's just like people that walk around, they're always running their mouth. And then they come, like in Orlando, they come up to me, well, you're just a white boy, you're out here, but we've been through more, and it's like, I don't fuck. You know what I mean? You ain't really struggled the way I have, and I can look in your eyes and tell that you ain't nothing but a shit talker. You know what I mean? And it really gets annoying. Like a lot of the old rappers, and anybody who's a real rapper and a real G that understands the struggle knows that I'm right. I mean, it's not hard to tell. It's just like you go to the park and you see these fucking jits playing basketball. They're really just playing a dirty version of what basketball's supposed to be. It's really it. I mean, sure, things get rough, but when you, like you said earlier, when you go to shoving and pushing,
oh yeah, he was.
And you're purposely playing it the wrong way. Like, I mean, okay, so hockey is a more violent sport.
It's a contact sport. Basketball, you could be contact. You could kind of bump a little bit.
You're supposed to be, but not shoving.
I remember I was coming in to do a layup, right, and the motherfucker went like this. Boom, hard as fuck to me. I was like, yo. And I still took it because I'm strong, and I took the damage. And then I don't know if I made it or missed it. I don't know.
But when they go to start pushing you, like,
you know what I mean?
if you want to push,
I make half the team points.
If you want to push in sports, though, you do hockey. Hockey is a sport that's made for pushing, and they allow people to get away with most of the violence that goes on in that sport, as opposed to basketball.
I do more than half the team points, more than half the time.
Well, back when I still had more of my stamina. Like, my stamina's down the drain right now. It's hard to. I got low stamina, but back when I had a lot of it, I used to play defense on basketball. I was never good at shooting the ball. When I get the ball, I pass it to somebody who can shoot better, but I'm really good at or I used to be at least. And being bigger does help sometimes. And then of course, then you're basically a wall. Then you got these thinner people who are trying to get by, and they can't because I'm wider and I have long arms on top of it, so I can reach farther. You know what I mean? I can reach farther. I mean, I'm a pretty decently high jumper for my weight, and I handle my weight a lot better than most people do.
I'll pretend to shoot. Oh.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, though, right? They go to shoot.
Spin. Oh, reverse.
But that's the whole thing, though. Like, if a person is going to shoot, you don't ever lift both feet off the ground immediately. Like, what you do, like, I'm more able to use my bad leg.
Have you tried basketball?
Like, okay, so in basketball, right?
Why don't we do that? Like, just have a course.
I don't have any stamina, though. I'm not going to be able to handle myself like I used to. I need to get my stamina. That means I got to work out, and I'm not going to be able to handle it.
No, but we could play, like, a nothing with contact.
And
just like horse.
That's the issue, though. I mean, we could play horse, but I'm not good at shooting the ball. You're going to have a higher chance of making the ball. I'm not. I mean, I've made maybe two hoops.
What do you know how to play, like tennis or something?
I can play tennis. I mean, I can play volleyball. I mean,
no, something that we could do.
Volleyball would be easier for me to play, but again,
or Mario or something.
Well, like volleyball is a lot easier as far as actual physical sports for me to play, but I still can't play it for too long.
I love volleyball.
It's just that my stamina's low, so anything that we do, I won't be able to do for too long.
Volleyball.
But I'll do a little bit of volleyball with you or something, and we could film it if you wanted. But if we do it, it's going to be me versus you, so we'll have the whole court.
I mean, but I'll win.
You don't know. Maybe. I mean, if you have more stamina, you can outlast me, sure.
Of course, if I hit, because I'm going to hit it to where you're not at.
Yeah, but I also know how to bend backwards and keep my balance.
Yeah, but if you hit it, then and I hit it in response.
But, you know, I'm very flexible for a fat dude, so I'll be able to handle myself for a long... My only weakness right now is, of course, my stamina. Because
my stamina.
You know, having it so low and being so big...
Only weakness right now is my stamina.
But being big like I am, though,
my stomach.
It takes...
My stomach now.
It takes more stamina to...
Stomach now.
To, like, handle myself. So being big, I burn through more. When you're thinner, you don't burn through as much as quick. Being heavier, and then like if I have to cross the road and like I'm a sprinter, I know how to run fast.
Well, I'm gonna smack that ball right on top of your head.
So when you're running, and then you gotta exert yourself even more, so my stamina drains even faster. So you know I don't like that, but that's just the body that I got. And honestly, I'm not planning on becoming super thin. My comfort weight has always been 200 anyway, so I don't want to go below that.
What's your weight, you think?
I haven't weighed myself in a while. Now I presume that I'm a bit higher than I want to be. Like when I first came
probably
here,
like 260, man.
When I first came here, I was around 280, 300 because I accidentally.
For real?
I accidentally overate because I'm so used to traveling, and there are days and sometimes a week or so that I don't eat. When I first came here, I had not eaten very much, and I was extremely hungry. When they saw me sleeping behind 7-Eleven and Dunkin' Donuts, they kept shoving food down my throat. And it was not last Thanksgiving, but the Thanksgiving before that when I first came, roughly. And then they just started getting me lots of food. And, of course, I'm eating it up, you know what I mean? I'm fucking hungry, you know, I needed the food. I overate, not thinking about how much I was eating, but the fact that I was hungry. So I ate. What ended up happening is that I got fat. Well, now, basically, I used to be a lot thinner than this, but still big, like in Orlando. And then I'm also, I also dressed up and I was really active as well. But being over here, I can't be as active as I was. But that's the reason why I do Bravo carts. I try to push them around, you know, so that I can get stronger, so that I can get some form of workout, at least, if nothing else. Since I don't have the stamina to do running like I used to. And I'm not as active like I am in Orlando. But that's my own fault. I should have been more careful of how much I was eating. But when you don't eat for that long and you're hungry, you're going to stuff it down. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
What's the worst thing you think you ate?
The worst thing anybody could eat is chips. And that's why I don't buy chips no more. I stopped by chippy. Like, I'll buy chips every now and again if I need to eat and the Dollar Tree's open.
Bro, have you ever got a big bag?
Like with chips, I can at least stomach a bag of chips. I can't stomach bologna very often. Like, I ate bologna last night and almost puked it back up. I can't eat bologna. My body's not able to handle the taste. But, I mean, Oscar Mayer is a good brand, but bologna, I've eaten it for so long that I can't eat it no more. Like ramen.
Oh, you've eaten it for so long?
Well, I've eaten ramen longer than I've eaten bologna, but for some reason, my body handles ramen better than it does bologna. I don't know why, it just does.
No, bologna's good. I eat bologna all the time.
But that's the whole thing, though, right? My body just can't seem to handle it. If yours can, that's great, and you can enjoy it, great. But I can't, for some reason, and that's just the way it is. So I got to be mindful.
What about ham? You like ham better?
I think my favorite is honey ham. But,
honey ham?
Yeah, I've always liked honey ham. But I prefer roast.
I try smoked ham.
I prefer roast beef though over the ham.
You like roast beef?
But it's more expensive usually.
For real?
Most roast beef packages are they have a tendency of being more expensive.
Beef in a long time.
But but another reason why I'm so active and I'm still able to handle myself like I do is because of what I eat. Like ramen, I think is probably no. Ravioli is probably the worst thing I've ever eaten. Like at a constant.
Like the can?
Like ravioli in general.
You don't like the can?
Well, no, I like. I mean, I can handle ravioli. I just don't like to eat it because it's bad for you. But
no, it's not. Not if it's hot. Not if it's hot.
Doesn't matter if it's hot or cold though. They put a lot of chemicals in that shit.
No, it's not.
If you're gonna eat ravioli, eat
Chef Boyardee.
Eat a better brand, not Chef Boyardee. Chef Boyardee, that's what I'm talking about.
Chef Boyardee's the good
Chef
shit.
Chef Boyardee is the more unhealthier stuff.
No, it's the good shit.
If
Bro, Chef Boyardee, boy.
If you're gonna eat classic ravioli,
I eat beefaroni, spaghetti. I'm about to eat.
If you're better, but you'd be better off on buying like those tortellini raviolis, the ones in the pouches, like not from Dollar Tree, but from another store.
No, the cans.
And then you could put them in a pot, boil it, and that stuff's much healthier for you. Like, sure, I mean, it's a can, you could open it up, eat it, or put it in a pot, eat it, but the more, the foods that actually take time to prepare is better.
It's like you don't have a microwave.
No, it's not even that, though, but it's just, but I'm saying, though, you don't really understand it, but raviolis aren't that healthy for you from Chef Boyardee. It's better to get tortellinis out of a store. And they come in a plastic.
Tortellinis? What the fuck is that?
Like not from Dollar Tree, but you get it under the store that's healthier because Dollar Tree's fucking tortellini's fucking disgusting. I don't buy them from there. Yeah, it's just like cheese from Dollar Tree. You know, if it's sliced, you don't get it. It's disgusting. I can't eat that shit there. But tortellinis are basically a ravioli. Basically, it's the same thing like a ravioli, but it comes in like a plastic container, instead of a can. It's the same thing. It's just a healthier brand of ravioli, just without all that extra sauce and stuff.
What do you think goes in the beefaroni and all that?
I couldn't tell you exactly what chemicals go in what.
Meat, like what's in the meat?
Like with most canned foods, especially with Jeff base, they have to put a chemical to preserve it, and that's why these cans have such a long date before they go bad, and they can.
Oh yeah, you got that shit till fucking 10 years from now.
Preserve for so long, and that's because they have to add so much chemicals to preserve it.
That shit's good though.
But like for instance, I mean, sure. I mean, if you want to get full for $1, you get a can of ravioli, and you're better off, and you don't got to prepare anything. Open it up, eat the can. I still do it.
No, but you gotta heat it up.
You don't have to. Actually, I can't eat certain things heated up anymore, like beef stew, like the Denny Moore. I can't eat that heated up anymore because it hurts my stomach. I'm so used to eating it out of the can cold. I'll open it up, start eating it. Same thing with raviolis. I can't eat those hot. I heated it up about a month ago, and it hurt my stomach more than just eating it out of the can. And with me, I have to eat ravioli. I can eat mini raviolis, but those taste weird to me. I'm so used to eating the regular ravioli size. I can't eat beefaroni like I used to, or lasagna. I threw my lasagna out in the trash because I couldn't eat it. I had spaghetti and meatballs. Those taste weird, and actually those I can taste the fucking meatball dissolving in my mouth like it's fucking nasty. Like I can barely even eat raviolis. But I can eat them, so I buy them. The only time I buy them is when I have to eat, and I haven't eaten nothing, and I don't want chips, so I'll use $1, get a can, and I know that I'll get full. But I also have to deal with, my bowels are bad when I eat that shit. I can't do it. I'd rather save up and go to like Aldi's and get beef, and get the mozzarella from Aldi, because I like mozzarella, but I get mozzarella from Aldi's, and then I'll make my ramen, and then I'll stick that into the ramen. Or I can buy tortillas and fucking fry them on the grill.
That sounds delicious.
I mean, I'm a good cook, but see, I got to be mindful on who can eat what. Like, I personally like my mushrooms; they're good for you. I like my spinach. I like my rosemary, my sage, my thyme, salt, pepper. If you get them from the shaker, the grinders, they're healthier that way. They're more pure instead of having to be edited and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, like I also make my own smoothies. So I also added pumpkin spice.
For real pumpkin spice.
Pure cane brown sugar and cinnamon, and the brown sugar was in a huge container, like a plastic container. I had to open it up, and I couldn't keep it because of the ants, so I just chucked it after a couple of uses.
Yeah,
because I rolled it up. But and then the spice and the cinnamon are in those little bottles you get from the So here basically I used I got bananas as a paste. They're real thick when you crush them up the right way.
Yeah,
and they start to turn pasty and instead of being a whole banana. So I also use strawberries, which in my opinion,
I thought you were gonna crack your whole diaphragm. Huh?
Okay, so we're going on to the next step then.
Sorry, right? Yeah. You okay? You hungry? Hungry Howie?
Well, I also use kiwis and mangoes and
also,
oranges.
how do you make your
the kiwis?
Use the paste, banana with the paste.
Oh yeah, I use bananas with the paste, and then I get strawberries. I cut off.
This is the Christmas edition.
The top. Well, I make them the same way, but on Christmas.
What is it?
Well, the only difference between a Christmassy style version of what I do is that I add the brown sugar, the cinnamon, and the pumpkin spice in there to give it more of a Christmassy flavor.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'll just make it without it. Because some people can't handle it. Like I had a customer that came up. She tried it. She didn't like it because it was too. She's not a huge fan of cinnamon, basically. So it didn't like it. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll make a batch without it for you next time and give it to you in exchange because I don't want I wanted to give her something that she liked. She didn't. So when I make it next, I'll keep it out for her. But I mean, I'll still add it. But I'll make some without it so that people like her.
Around again.
But anyway, though, after the strawberries, I literally crush them with my hand because I have trouble cutting them. So I'll just squish them, and then I'll lay it out. Basically, I'll get a pan, I do the bananas, and then another pan, and then I do the strawberries. Then I mix them together. That empty pan, I'll put the kiwis in. I skin the kiwis, and then I slice them up and put them in.
True.
Mangoes, I don't use mangoes all the time because they're a bit harder to do. But with mangoes, I'll slice them. And then you can do them in smaller circular ones, or you could do them in longer chunks, like some cantaloupes do. And I could also use cantaloupe, but I don't do it all the time either. I rarely use cantaloupe. I rarely use mangoes, but I can do sometimes if you want a better tasting smoothie.
Yeah.
But otherwise I use kiwis. I slice
They're
them.
expensive too.
And then, well, the fruits are very expensive. The oranges, I don't add them in, but I can use a halo. Halos are better because they don't seeds. When you're squeezing an orange, the seed can pop out. And that could be a choking hazard for somebody, and they can complain. So I use halos. Halos mean no seeds, and then I'll squeeze it.
Halos means no seeds.
Well, yeah, I'll squeeze it onto the dish, and then I'll just save them for later. And then
dish? What do you mean a dish?
Like the dishes I keep my stuff in.
What's a dish?
Like a pan or anything that you're using to serve. Most people, when they say a dish, it's supposed to be a serving dish. Nowadays, it's confusing.
What does it look like?
Well, it really doesn't matter exactly what kind, but because I go to Dollar Tree, so it can vary. Like, it depends on what they have.
Yeah.
I try to get either a square or a rectangular pan, and then if I get a small square, I'll get multiples of them. If it's a bigger pan, I don't have to worry about it as much, depending on the size.
You always have to do that?
Yeah, it's not like. Personally, I don't prefer it, but whatever. But with the oranges, I use halos.
Damn, like I feel bad for you.
I use halos though, and then I'll cut them in 4s, and then or at least 2s because they're smaller. And then I'll squeeze them over the pan that has the food in it.
Your arm is like twice the size of mine.
And then when I'm done squeezing it, I keep it because I eat the orange later. But I only use it for the juice. Mm-hmm. And then of course after everything's mixing, I'll add the 3 spices. And then I'll serve them in little cups. But I can also do them bigger. Like if my cooking thing gets more popular, I'll get bigger cups. But the problem is a big batch, to be able to supply big cups, it's going to cost around $30-$40. And I know because I added everything up. And that's of course without tax. So for what I spend roughly maybe around 20-ish. 15 maybe on enough to I make enough around that price to put in little cups, and
you
those
should invest in
those little cups though.
You should paint your art in the cardboard boxes, like the way that you did it for me.
Oh yeah, those. Well, I mean, I buy those off the store.
And have a table set up with those. You'll sell.
I could do it, but I got some other ideas. I mean, and then I could do that too. I mean,
draw nice things. Like try to draw like things that the old ladies will like.
But I was gonna say though, when I make those in the little cups, I can feed about 21 people with those little cups. And now those are little servings, but for each of those small servings, I can get around 21 people, different, up to that amount. Some people want more, some people don't. But in the bigger cups, so they're going to cost, more, because it's going to be more stuff I got to put in. That's why I'm using little cups and not big cups. But I mean, I can make burritos. I can make breakfast, lunch, dinner stuff. I can make stews, soups, pastas, pizzas. I mean, I cook on and off for myself, anyways. And
you just gotta have like your presentation nice.
Well, the thing is though, is that once I build, once I clean the wooded area out and start building in there, I can start building with the wood and with the concrete and stuff like that. Once I build everything the way that I want it, I can start leaving my cart in there and only bring in certain things with me. And then I get a big table. I can set everything out, have a rack for my jewelry, have an area for my art.
You could have and
then also cook and make this other stuff.
Like a little wooden, little small square thing that you could just put like a blanket over or something, and you could just sit on top of that.
Well, I'd rather. Well, here's the thing. I mean, I'm not talking about a place to sit, or because basically. Before I put this into action...
No, not to sit, to stand.
Oh, well, yeah, but that'd be somewhere else, though. But here's the thing, though. I mean, when I officially do open this up...
I mean, because I'm talking about the stuff that you have. But if it was me, I'll buy, I'll try to get, a small little folding table.
Well, like what I would want to do is, of course, for the business, I'm going to want a big one. And then I might have a spare...
to sell stuff, I mean.
But, that's what I'm saying, though. The bigger the table, the better, though. And you mean, as far as my business goes, I'm going to have it, and then I'm going to build my own rack for my jewelry. I want to have an area for my art to be put on, as well as the main middle part for cooking. So if I were to get some electrical stove, camping stove,
the cop's gonna be like, no.
Instead of that,
and you're gonna be like, what the fuck did I do?
The
Nope.
The sheriff could attempt that, but they legally can't because I got permission from the owner to be there. I don't need a license to work under somebody. And like by him giving me permission to do what I do.
You could not sell foods to anyone.
Yes, I can. As long as I have permission from the owner, I can be on the property and sell it. And there are other people that come there and do it. So I wouldn't be there. But the only issue with that is because people go, oh, he's homeless. Either don't buy the food because he's homeless and he probably doesn't know what he's doing, or feel bad for him and don't buy the food. And it had this happen. So that's why I want to build my area in the woods, get my stuff into the woods so I don't look as homeless.
Do you want to plug in your show before the show's done?
What do you mean?
Because we're done.
What now?
Do you want to plug in your number?
Oh, well, do you want to take that up here and show it to him? So I would do it, but I don't want to knock something over and you get mad. I just realized that you have the fucking Lord of the Rings shit, bro. Cool.
Well, the cups.
Yeah, no.
They light up.
Oh, they're cup. Oh.
They light up red.
I thought it was a movie. Anyway. Oh, they can't.
Yeah, it's a movie, but they're different cups with the faces.
Here we go.
Character faces on.
Okay, so this is not my permanent sign, but this is a temporary one for right now. I'm planning to redo this and make it look cooler, but I actually found this in the parking lot of Bravo's. I'm like, well, shit, I can use this. This is good. So this is my business sign for right now.
Let go of it.
Oh, okay.
I got.
You got, well, of course, White Trash Merch is the name of the business I'm gonna stay with. At least this way, no one's gonna have the balls to like copyright. You know what I mean? Like with egos and shit. But the slogan is "Trashin' with a Fashion." And then of course you got your art, jewelry, palm fronds, jokes, and more. You know, like if we aren't talking about a serious topic, I can be pretty funny. But got my number, my email. Oh, and if anybody knows why I put 3 crosses on there, it's supposed to signify when they hung him on the cross. Yeah, because he was in the middle of 2 other guys. One guy was possessed by the devil, and the other one was a follower. I don't know if you remember.
Are you a Christian or?
Well, I don't really. Well, I mean, I grew up mostly as a Catholic Christian,
I'm kind of
but
like a Christian, yeah.
I went more towards like when I went to the youth groups, I went more to a Baptist one. But the thing is, though, is that like we fight too much over that crap. Like it shouldn't matter who believes Jesus in what way. We got free will to believe in him as we see fit. We shouldn't be getting punished for having free will. So I always tell them that I'm just a godly believer, and they gotta go.
So again. We're just floating around in a showroom through New York City. There's New York cabs and stuff and trains right outside of our door. So we'll see you again. It's time to see New York City. We'll be right back. See you next time. We're going to Disney in 2 days, and you stink.
I don't smell that bad.
Yeah, because you have your arms open.
Okay, so what?
But
thank God for showers.
So stay tuned for our Disney episode, and we might do an episode tomorrow. But anyways, they don't even know the schedule. Throw up the horns, and we don't watch no porns. Yeah, I do watch porns. I don't know why I said that.
At least you're honest.
What?
Bum lies matter.
What?